Hello, and welcome to making PowerPoint presentations accessible. In this video, I'm going to show you the steps that it'll take to make your PowerPoint accessible for all learners. As I've shown before in the Microsoft Office Word software, how you could use the accessibility checker in there, you could use the same thing in PowerPoints as well. So let's check it out. Let's see how many errors are in my PowerPoint that I have here. I'm going to go to File, Inspect Presentation, click on the little triangle to choose Check Accessibility. Again, this accessibility checker is only in the Windows version of Office. Once I do that, it actually scans my entire presentation, and to the right you'll see there's an accessibility checker window, and it lists all the errors or warnings that are in your presentation. These are some common errors that you'll see within your presentations. I made it just like I would normally. I used actually some of the styles that are within PowerPoint. And what I mean by styles is actually using a particular design. I clicked on the Design tab, and you'll see there's the first one. It's just a design. And what's nice about these is when you use one of these styles, it helps them make them more accessible. It's not a full 100% foolproof accessible already, but it does make a title slide, which is really important to have titles for each of your slides. That makes it more accessible. So I wouldn't see too many errors in my document with that because I did use one of these styles. Especially if you make it from scratch, you have to make sure that you do give a title to each of your slides. So anyway, so once I start creating some material in these slides, that's when I start running into some errors. The main thing here is you'll see straight arrow connector. I clicked on it, so it actually takes me to that particular slide with the issue. The problem are these little graphics that you can make. So they can be anywhere from shapes, smart objects, charts, images. They're fine to have in your document. The only problem is there's not a name for them. As you can see, it's called Straight Arrow Connector 7. So if a screen reader were to read that out loud, a student would have absolutely no idea where this arrow is, why it's pointing to where it's pointing. So you have to be kind of descriptive. So basically what it's saying is for this particular arrow, give it a title and also give it a description. It's just like images that we did in Microsoft Word. So you'll see we actually have a bunch there. And I'll get back to this and how you can format it in a moment. So I'm going to scroll down. You'll see there's picture. We had talked about this in previous videos in Microsoft Word. Anytime you have an image, especially a chart like this, you must give it a name and a description so they know exactly what the information is in that image. Missing title slide. Slide 8. All right, so it'll jump to that slide, and it doesn't have a title. So that's important to have. I must have went through and deleted perhaps the title that they had in there originally for me since it was a template. So we have to make sure that these slides actually have titles to them. So I'm glad that that happened because that'll be something you'll probably run into a lot. Unclear hyperlink text. I'm going to click on that. And you'll see, and I did this on purpose, so you can actually see what would happen. And these things are all taken out of context when a screen reader goes through it. What do I mean by that? Well, we know because we can read this. It says the resources, the list of the URLs, and where we can go visit. Now when a screen reader comes in, it'll check the entire document or presentation, in this case, and it'll list how many links are in the document or in the presentation and read them. So it doesn't mean it'll read it in order or where it was actually originally from. So it'll just read out these URLs and you wouldn't know where they're going because this description won't come along with it. So it's important that when you make your links that they're in context. So for example, WebAIM should be your link, not actually listing the URL. So we'll go into that and we can fix it. Another common area that I see in PowerPoints are the reading orders. So I'll click on one. Here's slide 3. So you're probably looking at it thinking, well, what's wrong with this? And there's nothing wrong. It's just asking you to check the reading order. Basically what that means is it's asking you how would you like a student to read this particular slide. Would they start off with ADA compliance and then go to Section 508 and then read the title? Obviously, we would want to read the title and then go to left to right. But PowerPoint doesn't know that, so we have to tell it in which order we need to read this particular slide. It's actually really easy to do. So there are some common issues that you'll see in your document. You see I have a bunch there. In the next few videos, I'm going to concentrate on how to fix those problems.